This video is sponsored by Naked Wines. I don't know anyone that doesn't love chicken wings, and let me tell you, my favorite way to make wings is out on the Weber Kettle. So that's what we're going to be doing, and pairing them with a couple terrific sauces to dip them in. And that's all going to be tomorrow when we cook those wings up. So we need to get them ready today, and the sauces, because the sauces really do well sitting in the refrigerator overnight for those flavors to come together. But first, let's get the rub for our chicken wings ready. I have my little deli container here, and I'm starting with 1/3 cup of kosher salt, 1/3 cup of ground black pepper, 1 tablespoon of white pepper, 1 tablespoon of granulated garlic, and 1 tablespoon of smoked paprika. Pop our lid on and give it a good shake. Just like that. Let's move on to getting our sauces ready. So the first dipping sauce we're going to make is a lemon ranch dipping sauce, and I'm starting with about 1/2 cup of sour cream in my container here. To this, I'm going to add about 1/2 cup of mayonnaise. Now, people ask me, well, how do you do this about? How do you estimate? Well, this is a 1/2 cup size container right here. And so I just sort of imagine filling that in here. So we're going to get about 1/2 cup in here. If it's a little off, it is not going to ruin anything. This is going to be delicious. That's pretty close. Next up, the Zest of One Lemon. About 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. 1/8 teaspoon of kosher salt, 1/8 teaspoon of ground black pepper, 1/4 teaspoon of granulated garlic, 1/4 teaspoon of dried chives, 1/4 teaspoon of dried parsley, and 1/2 teaspoon of dried dill weed. We're going to mix this together in here. Let's get a little taste here. That nice, bright little kick of lemon really finishes this off nicely. All right, let's move on to our next dipping sauce. For our honey mustard dipping sauce, we're starting with 1/2 cup of mayonnaise. To this, I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons of honey. I'm also going to add about 2 tablespoons of a spicy brown mustard. I'm adding 1 tablespoon of Dijon, and this is a very rustic Dijon. You can use a smooth and creamy Dijon if you want. I'm also adding 2 teaspoons of Sriracha. Give this a mix. Really want to make sure that honey gets mixed in there, especially if you're adding it to cold ingredients where it kind of thickens up a bit, so you want to scrape those sides. Let's get a little taste here. Bingo, not changing a thing. All right, getting the lid on this. It's going in the refrigerator right next to our lemon ranch, and we're going to move on to seasoning our wings. So in my bowl here, I have about 4 pounds of chicken wings. It's a mixture of flats and drummies. I patted them a little dry, but it doesn't really matter if they're going to have a little bit of moisture on them right now, because we're going to be air drying them in the refrigerator overnight once we season them. So I'm just going to start sprinkling my seasoning, tossing them, making sure everybody gets a good coating. And really, you can use any rub you want here. I just decided I wanted to make this one kind of a pepper heavy rub, which I really like. And we'll give a final dusting once they are on the rack, so that the tops, the skin side hopefully, gets a really good coating of this if anything gets missed. All right, let's rack them up. You can see we've got a flat right here that's going to need some more. That's okay. Just going to do our best to try and get that skin side up. I'm not worried if they're different ones in the row. They can be a mixture together. They can get to be friends in the refrigerator. I usually get my chicken wings from Costco. They have some nice packs of them. See if we're going to fit everybody here. Might have to make some adjustments, but we'll see. I think we're going to make it. Do a little more dusting here for the top sides. Now, if you don't like as much pepper as I do, you can cut the pepper in half in this or add some other flavors. It's really about customizing it to how you like it. That's how I like it. All right, that's looking good. This is going in the refrigerator overnight, like I said, to help that skin air dry, and then we'll take it out to the Weber Kettle tomorrow. But before that, let me tell you a little bit about the sponsor of today's video, Naked Wines. Naked Wines connects you with the world's best independent winemakers, cutting out the middleman so you can enjoy amazing wines delivered straight to your door for up to 60% less. Your membership, along with more than 300,000 others, allows winemakers to do what they do best: craft top quality wines without expensive sales markups common to the marketplace. You get better wine for your dollar, and Naked Wines will even tailor recommendations for you based on your ratings, like your own personal sommelier. Shop on your terms with no tie-ins or hidden fees. And if you order through the link in the video description, you'll get $100 off your first case of wine. Thanks again to Naked Wines for sponsoring this video and supporting my channel. All right, our wings have been soaking in that seasoning overnight, air drying in the refrigerator. The Weber Kettle is up to temp. My target today is 300 degrees. So let's go ahead and get our wings on, and then we'll get a piece of hickory on for a little bit of smoke today. Using the Vortex today, give us that nice heat in the center. We might have to do a little bit of cramming today. I think we might have a full house here. If they touch a little, not gonna hurt anyone. I'm gonna try and keep all the flats in one area, and the Drummies in another. That's a very full house today here. Wow. Come on, just need one more on here. Just one more. There we go. Get our hickory in here. All right, we're gonna get the lid on. We'll come back in 30 minutes, give them a check, see how they're doing. See you back here in half an hour. All right, we've been going 30 minutes. I want to do a temp check and see how close we are to my desired internal temp at the end, which is somewhere between 175 and 185. Wings are very forgiving. Looking good. Let's see. Let me see if I can get over here. I don't know if you can see that. That's showing 157. I'm going to check a flat, even though flats are going to be done when yeah, see, the flats are beyond that. So I think we have about 10 more minutes to go. So we'll come back and check it in 10 minutes. All right, we've been going another 10 minutes. Well, let's go ahead and check our wings. I think they're probably going to be done. Check one of our Drummies here. Yeah, I got 175 on that one, 176. So we are good. I'm gonna get these off of here. We're gonna get them inside, plate some up with our sauces, and have a taste. Let's maybe get a little cheffy today in the way we plate these. Because why not? I always ask this question, what's your favorite? Drummies or the flats? I tend to like the flats, but I'm not gonna turn down either one. Get some of our honey mustard right here. This is where we get Cheffy, a nice little smear of sauce. And some of our lemon ranch. There we have it. Our wings fresh off the kettle with our honey mustard dipping sauce and our lemon ranch dipping sauce. Let's dive in. So I'm gonna start with a Drummie. And I think I'm gonna use this one for some of that lemon ranch. Cheers. Nice juicy wing. These can take that little bit of higher heat. Getting to that higher internal temperature is fine with these because it just helps release that fat. And the combination of the rub, the smoke, and that lemon ranch, that's terrific. Let's try a flat with our honey mustard. Oh, that is really nice. And look at that, nice pull away from the bone. Flats just really are my favorite. Wings out on the kettle, absolute favorite way to make these. And to go with our wings today is a terrific Sauvignon Blanc from the Donnelly family of winemakers. It's that perfect, refreshing glass you want, especially as the weather heats up. Thanks again to Naked Wines for sponsoring this video and supporting my channel. And remember, if you buy through the link in the video description, you'll save $100 off your first case.